Predator Badlands did not end as badly as I thought it was going to. There was a point at which I thought I was going to walk out, which I did not do. There was kind of a lot going on. The reviews I saw, I think they missed a lot of the big points, and I'm going to tell you what those are now. What I think the major themes were not just family, but it seemed like adoption was a major theme here that I think almost all the reviewers that I've seen are missing. I guess I'll get into spoilers here in a few minutes. Let's see. So the director was Dan Trachtenberg, who also directed Prey. He co-wrote this, and there was a lot of different memes. There were a lot of different things going on here in the scenery. And I don't use the term unpacking, but there was so much stuff in here. I will tell you, it is worth seeing as long as you're patient to live through Elle Fanning's annoying character. And I'm assuming the reason they made her so annoying in the beginning is to show some kind of arc, which there was with her character. A lot of people are saying this is not a Predator movie. I'm going to agree with that. This is not a Predator movie. It's impossible to now see the original Predator or to think about it having this in mind. So in my mind, this is like a multiverse thing. This is I don't know, something different, because now who you've grown to maybe respect and fear in the other movies, the humans. In the original one, he was straight up, it was the bad guy, who had to be killed and who got the last laugh and everything else. So in that way, I don't want it to be a Predator movie. It's not a Predator movie. Okay. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. You could tell by the movie poster here. You've got the big monster you've seen in there. You've got the little sidekick guy. We got a big robot. So there's a lot of things represented here that are worth seeing and worth liking. But you do have to be patient. But I think in the end, the major themes here are not just revenge, there's just a lot of diversions in it. With what you think he's doing, he doesn't end up doing in the end. It's very busy, and I guess it's pretty well written. But the acting is worse than the writing. And it's funny because it's a CGI character who I guess is acting, and Elle is terrible in it. Just her character is such a pain in the ass, who ends up being, I guess, cool in the end. But yeah, and I don't know how much I want to spoil here, but I will say, if you can be patient. What do we got on the runtime? An hour 47. All right, not too long, but it's not a quick jaunt. So I'm gonna give it like a macho 1 out of 4. But it's definitely not a Predator movie. So let me spoil a few things here. Some things I liked, some things I didn't like. The family elements of the Predator, I don't like it because they're predators. It's a father and a brother, and we find out at the end that there's a mother in the end. Another sneaky thing in this movie is the girl bossery, which doesn't seem to be on full display. But this is spoiler land here. The little sidekick animal is a girl. The big, bad, unkillable creature is female. Okay, you've got the female, although it's an android, and they're saving each other's ass here. But in the end, it's the girl is the antagonist. There's another android, and then the big surprise at the end, sort of, is that after he's done dealing with his father, his mother shows up. So but it was very, very, very sneaky. So, and I got to applaud them for the way it was written, because it appears to be written by all men. So sneaky. Okay, but I did go to a matinee, so I got out of there for less than $12. I highly recommend seeing this early in the day. Was it worth bringing the whole family? No, I probably wouldn't do that. But there's a lot of cool kills. There's some cool creatures. There are times at which the Deck character is channeling the Schwarzenegger character from the original. There's times where you're going to be reminded of Avatar, where the natural world is pitted against cutting edge science. And that's the other thing that people are forgetting in all these reviews. Nobody's talking about the reason why they've traveled to this planet anyway. The creature there is uh, cannot die. It immediately will, if you kill it, it immediately puts itself back together, it regenerates, which is the science they're going after. Nobody's talking about that. So, and even that person who's running that, whether it's AI or whatever, that's also a female. Okay, fine. Nobody's really talking about much about that. In the end, they end up all buddying up from all these different worlds, and I've heard people say it's kind of a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and I guess it does seem like that. So, Predator Badlands, yeah, I guess it's worth seeing. I'm not 100% sure it's worth paying for if you're going to bring the whole family, but it is not. There's no swearing in it at all. There's no human blood in it. There are no humans in the movie. So there is no red blood to be shed. And there's a lot of really cutesy things that are annoying. I mean, I couldn't even smirk, and I'm an old softie. Just it offended me that it was in a Predator movie with the cutesy little crap. A kid might go, oh, and there was a couple knuckleheads in the theater who kind of fell for that, but not me, not the Muy Macho. So that's going to be it on that. Go check it out. Maybe definitely worth waiting to catch it. I'm not going to talk about the cast much. You don't really see anybody except the blonde girl, so no point in talking much about that. And she was aggravating the whole time. So that's about it for the Muy Macho and Predator Badlands. We will talk to you down the road, and adios. Later. Bye.